Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new. In today's video I have my eyeshadow pans that I've hit in Q4. I'm gonna take off my glasses because all I can see is that annoying reflection. There we go. Is that better? If you did not know, a while back I made a video talking about possible eyeshadows that I could hit pan on because I wanted to hit 75 pans this year. Last time that I did my quarterly update for all the eyeshadow pans I've hit, we were at a total of 58 eyeshadows. So I wanted to hit 75. I made a little list with some eyeshadows that I could potentially hit pan on and that I wanted to hit pan on, or like that could help me get to that goal. So today I have all of the pans that I've hit in Q4, and a little spoiler, we actually did it. I did not hit 75 pans, I've hit 80 this year. We have 3 days of this year left as I'm filming this. I am pretty sure I'm not gonna hit any pans in those 3 days. I don't have any shadows that I'm working on that I'm close to hitting pan on, so it's fine. 80 pans is pretty good, I would say. Let's check out the last shadows that I've hit pan on in this quarter. I'm gonna go in order of how I've hit them. There might be a spoiler or two. Yeah, probably there will be spoilers for my pan those eyeshadows, I think. So the first pan comes from my Revolution e.l.f. palette. I hit pan in the shade number 14 and it was in my pan those eyeshadows, that minty shimmer right there. Then I hit pan in my Beauty Bay Berries palette in the shade Cloud, and that was also in my pan those eyeshadows. You can see a tiny pan there. Then I hit pan in the shadow for my Zoeva Cocoa Blend palette. I hit pan in the shade Pure Ganache, which is right here. These ones are quite deep, but I already had quite a dip in this, so that's pan number 3, and this wasn't in any project. Then I hit pan in a shadow from my Soft Radiance palette by Makeup Revolution, and I hit pan in the first shadow right here, and this was in my pan those eyeshadows, and this palette's actually decluttered as of right now. Then I hit pan in a shade from my Beauty Bay Love Notes palette. I hit pan in the shade Pillow, and Pillow was in my #Beauty Chest project. Then I hit pan in a shade for my ABH Norvina palette, the shade Drama. If you've been following along my pan the palette, I've depotted the Norvina palette into the packaging of my Not Below Dreamy palette, so the pan isn't there anymore. The Drama is now right here. There was a pan in this before I depotted it, but there isn't anymore. I'm still counting this as a pan hit because I did hit it at one point. Then I hit pan in another shade from my Revolution e.l.f. palette. So let me see, shade number 8 is that one right there, and that was also in my #Beauty Chest project. I just realized now I have another pan in this palette and I did not put it on this list. I have pan in this shadow right here. That's number 11. So that means I've hit pan in 81 this year. Okay, why did I not put that on this list? Well, the more you know. Okay, that pan also was hit through my #Beauty Chest project, by the way. Okay, moving on. I have a pan in the single from Glam Shop. This is the shade Military right there. No, wait, that one. Right there. And this was in my Lord of the Rings project pan. Then I hit pan in my Beauty Shop Serpent palette. Wow, that had to come from far away. And I hit pan in the shade Transformation, which is a beautiful shade. And this was in my Pandos eyeshadows. Then I hit pan in a shade from the Juvia's Place Zulu palette. Why do I have to think about these so much? And I hit pan in shade number 6, which is this shimmer blue, and this was in my project Level Up. Then I hit pan in another Glam Shop single. It was this purple one, and this is a shade that originally was in the Glam Shop Remix palette, but I depotted it, so I don't know the name of it anymore, but I hit pan in that, and that wasn't in any project. Then I hit pan in another Juvia's Place palette. This is the Magic Mini palette, and I hit pan in the shade Yara, which is this green right here, and this was in my Pandos eyeshadows. Then I hit pan in a shade for my Glam Light Scooby-Doo palette, and it is this orange shimmer, and this was in my Pandos eyeshadows. Then for the next two pans, we're back at the Zulu palette. This is my level 3, so I needed to hit 3 pans, and I first hit pan in the green shimmer right there, and then I hit pan in the pink shimmer. Then I hit pan in a shade for my Shrek X Revolution palette. I hit pan in the shades Gingy, that one right there, and this was in my project Level Up. This was level 4, so it's gonna come back, but first I hit pan in the Beauty Bay Tropical palette in the shade Sun, which is right here at the bottom, and this was in my Pandos eyeshadows. So back at the Farquaad palette, like I said, it was my level 4, so I hit 3 pans in here again. What was the order? Not that it really matters, but I first hit pan in the shade Mirror, then in the shade Kingdom, and then in the shade Crown. So that was level 4 complete. And then a last 2 pans. I have another one from my Serpent palette, and I hit pan in the shade Duality, which is in the middle right there. And this was in my Pandos eyeshadows. And then another one from Pandos eyeshadows that I actually hit today as I'm filming this is in the shade Blonde. Now this is a tiny pan. That's teeny tiny. I am gonna try to expand it a little bit more. Honestly, it was like, okay, it's pan, that counts, we're at 80, that's a solid number. But now seeing that I did not write down that other shade out of the e.l.f. palette, honestly, we already had 80 pans. I could have left out this one, but I mean, a pan is a pan. It is teeny tiny, but know that I will expand that one. So that concludes all of the pans. So that means I've hit 81 pans this year, which is crazy. I'm gonna check for you what my eyeshadow total is as of right now. If you've seen the declutter video, you know I got rid of quite a few palettes and eyeshadows. So I've already taken them out of my spreadsheet. I'm not gonna do the math because honestly I suck at that. So it's whatever. But my total of eyeshadows right now is 544. And I've hit 80 pans this year. So that's very nice. 81. I'm sorry. I've hit 81 pans this year. And I don't know if this is completely correct. I think it is. I hope. In total, I have 133 eyeshadows with pan as of right now. So that's pretty good, I think. So yeah, that is it for this video. Last year I hit 73, so I really wanted to hit 75. I've done 81 now, which is amazing. Honestly, next year I don't really know if I'm gonna set a goal that big for myself, if I'm gonna set a new record, because I want to focus more on using all of my eyeshadows next year instead of hitting pan in as many as I can. So there might be less pans next year, but who knows? I don't know. I did not foresee this happening, 81 pans in a year. So who knows what next year will bring us. For now, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in one of my next videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.